Hello everyone and welcome back to the Scrapbookpal YouTube channel. I'm Cassie Trask. Today we're going to be focusing on the Lawn Fawn Backyard Bird Feeder stamp set and also the Backyard Bird Feeder add-on. We have the stamps, the dies, and the stencils, which I've never used with the Lawn Fawn stamps before, so I'm excited to do that. Here's the cute little add-on that goes so perfectly with our little Backyard Bird Feeder, and we have the matching dies and the stencils for that as well. So let's go ahead and get started with our stamping. I'm going to bring in my Misty and I'm going to pull out all of the images from both our Backyard Bird Feeder and our Backyard Bird Feeder add-on. And I've just got some white cardstock in there since I am going to be doing some ink blending through those stencils. And we'll just close our Misty door and make sure that everything is ready to go. That's one of the reasons I love the Misty, is you can stamp all of that at once. I brought in some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And this stuff is fabulous, dries quickly, it's great for Copic markers, and it's really good for stenciling also. So now that everything is stamped, we're going to pull out the stencils. And this first one, the Backyard Bird Feeder, has 3 stencils with it. And so it's not super bulky, which is great. And I'm going to just use some Post-it tape to hold those stencils in place. As I get going eventually, I just hold it with my hands. But where I'm concerned that maybe potentially there might be some ink blending onto other images, I might cover up with one of those pieces of Post-it tape. So I've brought in various distress inks. I'll have everything listed down below. But that first one that we used was our Antique Linen. And I'm just using those little tiny ink blenders along with the blending domes that go with those. And then the next color I'm bringing in is Gathered Twigs. And I've noticed with the smaller images, now the branch is a little bit bigger, but with the smaller images, when you go to do some ink blending over those stencils, it might be a little bit more difficult to get like variation in the color. And that being said, I think the stencils are such an easy way to color all of these images up. Now I've started off, I've got my video going about 2 times what I normally am blending. But eventually I am going to speed this up to about 4, just simply because a lot of those images are similar. We're going to color all of our birds the same. We're going to color both of our squirrels the same. Now I'm using 2 different colors of green on our leaves. We've got Shabby Shutter and Peeled Paint. That's what I did there for those. And then we're going to move on to our adorable little squirrel, and all the squirrels, the 2 squirrels will be the same. We've got Tea Dye as our first color that we're using, and then for his little tail we're using Vintage Photo, and he's also holding a nut, so we're going to use Vintage Photo for that too. It just darkens it up a little bit, so we've got, 3 variations of color, even though it's just 2 colors, right on top of our squirrel. Now we're done with that first stencil, so we'll move on to the second stencil in that set, and we can move on to the bird feeder. So for the bird feeder, I started off with some Crackling Campfire, and that's a little bit bigger image there too. So I'm going to bring in some Barn Door as well. It didn't turn out as red as I was wanting, and so I do like how Barn Door and Crackling Campfire go together. Then we can do our seeds, and we're going to go back in with some Scattered Straw for our seeds, and we have 3 little sets of seeds. We've got well, actually 4, because you've got your 2 bird feeders, and then you also have 2 tiny little piles. Those piles are going to end up on the inside of my card. And then we have the seeds. I'm coloring them like they are sunflower seeds. I'm using some black soot for those, and I just think that's so fun. It adds that texture to our little seed piles, which is super cute. So we'll do that same thing for the other bird feeder in the add-on. And then we've got the inside top piece, and we're just going to use a light blue on that. That's our tumbled glass, because we're going to do our background a little bit later. Then we also have our pole. Our pole is some hickory smoke, because, it's a pole. And then we'll move on to our first little bird. Now, I decided after a little bit of going back and forth that I decided I was going to color them all the same. And so I'm using some Mermaid Lagoon for them. But they're so cute, and you could do all of your little birds different colors if you wanted. Their beaks are wild honey. But I just thought, how fun. I'm looking outside right now. We have so many blue jays flying around our house that I was just inspired by that. So we're going to make them like they're blue jays. I mean, obviously, you could make them anything you wanted. And so we've got our blue, and then we'll leave their little bellies white if those wet bellies are showing. And then for the top of their heads, we are going to end up doing some black soot. So now we're moving on to the tops of their heads. And as you can see, I did eventually switch to only using my hands just to hold those stencils in place, because some of those little stenciling spots are so small that you don't need to tack it down and put that much effort into it. So they're just so cute, getting all those birds. And then again, we'll move on to their beaks, and the beaks are wild honey. I couldn't help myself. When there are that many images, I just have to color them all, because I don't know exactly, usually when I start with a card, I don't know exactly how many I want. And so if I have lots, then I can also decorate the inside of our card, which is what we're going to do. All right, once again with the seeds, we've got scattered straw, and then we'll also use that black soot. And then for the grass, for our grass, we're going to do some peeled paint. That'll just kind of tie the leaves in with the grass. And we've moved on now to using the 2 stencils that are in the Backyard Bird Feeder add-on, which is cute. Only 2 stencils for that one. And now we can do our adorable little squirrel again, using the tea dye and the vintage photo. So cute. And then we're going to also use vintage photo for this bird feeder, going a little lighter on that inside bit and going darker on the outer wood pieces. And then finally back to our tumbled glass for the inside of this bird feeder. All right, everything will be ready to die cut out, but I'm going to move on to making our background. So I've just got a piece of white cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So it's the full front of an A2 size card. And I'm using some blending domes along with the colors we've already used. I've got peeled paint. This one is our scattered straw there at the bottom. And then for the blue on the outside, we're going to use some tumbled glass. And I'm going very light-handed here. You're going to notice there's obviously a few spots where I'm blending that it looks like it's a little splotchy, but because I have so many images that I'm going to use on this background, I'm not too worried about that. It's going to cover any areas that look like they're a little bit splotchy, and I just really like this color combo. It looks good together. I'm just trying to go for a little bit of a sunrise, but I'm not sure if I actually was successful there, but I end up loving this card. All right, so now we can pull in those matching dies, and we're going to tack everything down with some more of that Post-it tape that we used earlier. And this takes, a couple seconds to tack everything down, and we'll use all of the dies from both of those sets. And then it's just one pass through our die cutting machine, and we will have everything die cut out. And then we can put our dies back, and we can start working on how we want that scene to look. So there's so many cute little images, and this is a fun part for me, just kind of playing around with how things are going to go on there. And I eventually come to a conclusion of how things will be, but I do decide that I want to trim down this panel to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, because I want, when I put this down on my card base, for there to be a little bit of a white border all the way around. I'm going to attach some of my pieces down with both some small foam squares and also some big foam squares. Not all the pieces are going to have foam tape on them though. Some of them are going to be in the background. You can kind of see how I've sort of got things laid out, but now we need to come up with our sentiment. So I've decided that this is going to be an almost all happy occasion type of card. So I've got have a seed-sational day. That could be for all kinds of things. It could be for a birthday. It could be for just because you want to send that off to somebody. It could be even a congratulations, really. I think this is such a cute stamp set for that, and it's perfect for spring and summer. So we're going to trim that down with our die cutting machine, or our guillotine trimmer, and then we'll use some foam squares on the back of both of our sentiments, and then we can start sticking down a few of our pieces that we want with liquid glue. Those are going to be more in the background. And then some of our pieces that have the foam tape, it makes it look like they're sticking out a little bit more, and they're more in the forefront. So we'll put our branch down. It's going to hang off the side just a little bit. That's okay. I'm not going to trim that down just yet. As you can see, I did attach a few pieces with liquid glue before I actually am adhering those down. I put the bird on this one along with the string. We're going to cut that string down a little bit because I want that to hide behind our branch and have plenty of room for our sentiment, because we're going to move on to doing our sentiment next. So have a seed-sational day. Isn't that just adorable? I love the puns that Lawn Fawn always comes up with. And just like for our other bird feeder, you can see that I have a squirrel attached, another bird attached, and I also have a piece of grass. And then we did put foam tape all over the back of that one. I find that sometimes when things are going to overlap, it's just easier if you're going to use foam tape to go ahead and glue them together as best you can. And in this case, that's what I did. And then we can just stick our little pole bird feeder down. His tail's going to stick off a little bit, but that's not going to make any difference when we attach it down to our card base. This little squirrel is in the background, so we've glued him down along with this flower. And then we have one more bird that's going to be popped up. And then this bird is flying in from the background, so he's just going to be glued down. And I don't want to stop there because these two stamp sets have some really cute tiny sentiments like chirp and chitter. And they also have some musical notes. The main one has musical notes, and I'm really excited about that. So it makes it seem like the birds are all singing and it's a beautiful day. So we're going to put chirp up here by him. We'll use that one more time. And then I'll go to the main one and grab the little musical notes and we'll stamp those around. Yes, I did obviously stick everything down with foam tape, but stamping the musical notes is not a problem because this foam tape isn't like super thick. And we're just using that Memento Tuxedo Black again. We'll put another chirp down. We're going to grab the chitter and put that above this cute little squirrel. And then we'll do one more musical note and then I'll fill up that background pretty good. And I am happy with our panel. So now that our panel is basically done, I'm going to bring in the card base. So our card base is measured 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And I just folded that in half at 4 1/4. And so now I'm going to bring in the other sentiment from our backyard bird feeder add-on that says Seeds the Day. So cute. And so then we can bring in our two little piles of seeds along with this one little bird. There's only one bird I didn't use, and otherwise I used every image that I stamped out. I love having those options to be able to add some of that to the inside of the card. It brings the outside in, which is fun. So the inside of our card is all done, and now we can add the panel to the outside using some liquid glue. And we'll have a nice white border around, which is what I was going for. And then now we can trim down the excess, which is only that branch. So once we trim down that branch just using some scissors, that's going to finish off our card for today. I just love how this turned out. So much fun to do some scene building and so simple to color all those images using those stencils. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Scrapbook Pal has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.